gotten a raw material on or for the cutting. So we can say that now the for the cutting purpose, the quantity can be taken for the cutting process. So in this is a issue to process operation we have to perform. In that, you can see there is the one tab. In that you can see in case part available, there is a part. Then for the each part also, you have to do a same processes or like different kind of processes. But for each process, you have to select as and when you select the processes. So it will show that exactly in that processes what is the quantity which is available for the issue. Next is that you have to select the lot. So once you select a lot, you can say when this lot supposed to get completed, like in a 1 day or 2 day, you can give a due date for this particular action or like uh, process, and there can be you can assign one of the like checker for this at the time of issue. When you do this, there is a one setting you already seen in the setting itself related to weight. So in production, there is option available, weight option available is there. So this, if we enable this, then it will showcase here. So based upon that, it is coming. And next is that, so we can hide this also. So this is again not mandatory column, which is coming from the, this act itself. So we can assign a checker, and we can say that while making the adding this particular entry, uh, we are issuing the raw material to this particular process. This is the color. This is the total quantity we are issuing, and this is the due date of this particular lot, and this is the project which is belonging to this production plan. Apart from that, production order detail and everything is getting here related to item detail and what is the customer. So all detail is showing on the header itself. So I can say add it. When I add this, you can see here in the transaction nothing is there, and in routing also you can see issued is not showing. But as and when I select this, it will get refreshed, and in transaction also one of the entry is got captured, which indicating that this is the entry, this is the number of the entry, and what is the transaction type, this is the issue entry. Apart from that, this has been done on this particular date. Next is that process contractor is apart from that, in case the part involved, then part also will get displayed here. When the contractor is involved, definitely what is the rate, on which rate we are issuing the this particular operation to that particular contractor, that can be also that will get captured. And uh, this is the posted because this is the initial process, first process. In the last process, only inventory will get posted. So till the time transaction will show as a not, no, the posting is not applicable. So next is that when this has been issued by the day end, or whenever the this particular action activity got completed or process has got completed, so at that point of time they have to report it as a completed quantity. To do that, the receipt entry need to be created. Now this is the form again. Some of the information related to posting has been added. Apart from that, you can see there is the again option available exactly which process you are showing as a receipt. That means what quantity you have been completed of this particular process and the lot. So you can select a lot. Now the completed mention it as this quantity is the 5. There is a 12 quantity, there is a 12 quantity, and there is a 6 quantity is completed in this particular size of the color. Number one. Who is the checker? That can be also mention it. Now there can be operators. Okay, there can be a operator also. That operator also can be a linked. And in case any with this particular operation, if you have linked any a resource, okay, so resource need to be linked with this particular operation. So right now no resources are linked to the cutting directly, so it is not showing here. But after selecting everything, you can proceed with the reporting as a this particular process is got completed in the cutting itself. So when you select this, it is showing that 35 quantity has been completed and another transaction is got captured here. Next one is that whatever quantity is got completed is going to the next process, which is the stitching process. So this quantity I have to forward it for the stitching so that I can say issue. When I'm doing this, so I have to select the process, whatever quantity is completed in the last process, whatever quantity is completed in the last process, that means in the cutting is the base process for the stitching. According to our routing, we have been said that for the stitching, what is your base process. So already we have been said that whatever will cutting is done, so it will available for the stitching. So in that case, you will be able to see here the quantity is showing only 35 instead of the 80 quantity. Next is that you have to select the lot and you can issue it. Then there is again you have in issue you don't have any mandatory to select the checker, but in the receipt definitely you can make a mandatory of the some fields according to the operations. According to the operations, we can set this. Okay, so I am going to apply here the challan number is mandatory for the stitching process. When I will do the receipt, it will ask me. So I can add this particular. Now see, it is asking me to select a contractor. Why it is asking me to select a contractor? You can see here this process is contracted process, which has been defined in the plan itself. In plan, we have defined this exactly which processes where will get performed. In this process, contracted is involved. In that case, system will ask you for the contractor. So you have to provide a contractor there. So how can you can select it? There is a list of contractor will come the the property operation, business partner property assignment, and the which is linked with the operation particularly. So with stitching, the processor is the business partner property was linked. So according to that, it is coming here. So you can select your contractor, and you can see here the rate of the for that process is also coming. For the stitching, 45 rupees has been, like the decided rate, which is also coming from the production plan. Okay, so it is showing that. Now I can add this. It is asking create issue without sample. There is one of the checkbox available. If you want to mark it with this particular, the quantity, 35 quantity, you are issuing the sample also along with, quantity, particularly on floor. So that time you can mark it. Now you are proceeding without sample. Yes. In that case, now you can see here, I'm going to update here. So based upon that, for this stitching, already the 35 quantity is issued. So that can got completed through this particular contract. And this is the process charges, which supposed to be provided once the this contractor is providing us the, quantity after stitching. So next is that if you want to see anything is left over for the stitching issue, now I can go here for the issue, the another scenario of the balance quantity for the issue. You can go here and just select a stitching. So nothing is left over for the stitching process for the issue itself. So whatever the quantity was completed in the cutting, that has been already issued in this stitching, for this stitching you can say, and now nothing is left over to issue for the stitching. As and when quantity is got reported completed in the cutting process, in the, you can, for that the receipt entry is supposed to be done, like only one size got, this is 15 pieces got completed in the cutting of this particular lot, and we can proceed with this entry. Now cutting is already done. Whatever the entries we are doing here will get displayed directly. So the okay. So now you will be able to receive the quantity here, issue the quantity for the leftover quantity for the stitching. So this is the receipt actually, sorry. Whatever the quantity is left over for the issue to stitching, which is ready with the cutting, so it will get available for this issuance of the stitching process. So this is the dependability of, is coming based upon your routing, basically exactly what base process you have been set, what assembly process you have been set, what is your sequences. So these three, four things are important. If the routing is not correct, then definitely it will got impacted on your process. So these are all validations which I supposed to be showcased here. Now what will happen once the contractor return back the quantity? Okay, along with that, one thing we supposed to be do, we have to provide some of the raw material to that contractor, which is the zipper for the stitching. So to do that, go for the issue, select a process which is stitching process. This is the lot. So for this particular lot, what quantity is required is showing here. And now you can select your contractor as well. So this is your contractor. So in case whatever the quantity you have been already issued to that particular contractor will showcase here. That is total pending quantity with that particular contractor of this particular so actually different plans can be issued to this particular contractor, but whatever the total quantity is issued to this particular contractor and yet to be received, which you can say that already you have already given the load to this particular vendor or like contractor, which is showing here. Next is that you have to issue a raw material. The process will be the same, just the contractor is got added in this particular process, and I will go here and I will select. To do this, you have to select a row and you have to put your quantity and you can apply it. Without, if you don't select this and you try to apply, so it won't get applied at any way. So you have to select the row here and you can apply it. So when you do this, you can add and you can post this particular document. Okay. So whatever the quantity we have been issued, that is showing there. Whatever the, like delivery challan or something you want to print it, on the basis of the material issue, the layout can be deployed over there and that can get printed for the issuance of the raw material.